Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of Tokyo Ghoul Rebirth, and in today's episode we're going to be doing is covering the brand new off-season over here on Global, and discussing what's up in the game. So recently, we have had some new things added because of the supposed 2 million download celebration campaign. The last war was one that was very lackluster, especially over here on Global because there was no S-rank quests, and there was also no bosses as far as I encountered, and so I didn't grind all that much, and honestly didn't care. Unfortunately, that is an issue because I missed the playable Akira. However, while she is good, this account probably won't last for all that much longer, so I do have another one that is going and is hyping up to be a good time. So honestly, people went really fucking hard this season. With people going up to 320 million. I don't know if that's entirely legitimate, truthfully, but it's a lot, and it is ridiculous, and I respect it. Wait, no. Okay, 320 million. The next person, which was Guts, which was leading for most of the war, is at 294 million. Dude, dispatching has gotten pretty crazy on both versions of the game, but the competition over on Global is surprisingly high. You go, people who grind out a bunch. It's not me, but shit, man. But after the war ended, we did get the territory battle build-up period announced, of which announces the war going from February 5th to February 19th. Nothing too crazy there. We're not too surprised by that. 2-week war again should be pretty easy, especially with dispatches being the easy collect all kind of dispatches. It's pretty easy if you just log in each day or each couple of hours to get your dispatch back, redispatch, log back out. You can easily get to 20 million, so should be all right. I wonder if they'll end up nerfing the amount of points you get off of dispatching, because at this point it's kind of kicking the need to grind to the curb and instead just prioritizing log in every day, which I'll take, but in terms of a game balance thing, it doesn't really seem like it will be too fair. Well, fair. Doesn't really seem like it's something that they'd want to do because they want more people playing the game as much as possible. Because, yeah. We also have a brand new Yomo added to the game here in the Antiku infiltration, infiltrating the enemy. So when he appeared over on JP, I found him to be a very important character because he was a green support healer. He came out right before Takizawa, and I assumed that with Takizawa we would get the S or SS quests. We did get S quests, but it didn't need a healer. So I do think he's worth grinding 100% because he is a healer type unit that is green. However, he only heals 30%, while a later war reward in Kanae gives skill charge and healing, and has a more stage presence type of thing. So, while he is good, he's not as important to grind as he was over on JP. But all in all, he is a pretty good unit in his kit. So we have 7,250 HP, 385 attack, 190 defense, 12 AP, and 5 durability. Naturally, his AP is quite high, so you will need to try and get his charge quite a bit to be able to get his heal off. But all in all, pretty solid stats because he does have pretty good increases. We have unique ability of 20% reduced skill damage, good against raids or S quests, so that's solid. We have a plus 300 attack, which was up to 685, plus 100 defense, which went up to 290, plus 3 durability, which goes up to 8, and healing increased by 10%, going with his skill, which says restores the HP of the front row allies by 30% and cures bleed status. So he synergizes with a lot of heal. He doesn't have any other abilities aside from the heal. That's why I would say that Kanae is more important, because Kanae, on top of the heal, also has the skill charge and is able to get more and more skill charges off every turn. It kind of pushes this guy to the wayside and tosses him in the trash can, where he rightfully belongs as a raid character, but he's still worth grinding, I'd say. Pick him up. He gives you some free Haka from getting up to max, so you can always use that to pull on the different banners coming out. God knows you need it with the 9 confirmed weeks straight of FES characters. Whew. Additionally, during this war, we also have the CCG Assault Amon, which is still going to be around next offseason, and the Investigator regrouping Juzo Suzuya, of which is going to be going away during the season. Apparently, the person that goes away is the bottommost one on the list. Who would have known? Apparently not me until the last video I recorded on Rebirth. My bad. But yeah, just try and keep an eye on that. I would say the Juzo's not great, but he's a head pat. It's okay, you want him, obviously. It's Juzo. But all in all, pretty decent off-season. I'd say probably one of the more important off-seasons, personally. Mostly just because Juzo fans enjoy any kind of collection for Juzos, me included. And the Yomo himself is more important than most of the other raid characters inside the game, albeit not that important now that he has been power crept over on JP. However, for global, he'll be good until they drop Kanae in like 2 months. So it's good. We also have a brand new sale. Wow, it goes until Valentine's Day. For your lovers, Valentine's Day, get them a bunch of Kaku to pull on Ghoul Haise. Yeah, it just seems like they're having different things to promote the sales, and I respect it, but, you know. We have Hoji here, which is the XXX tier ultimate killer with a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct abilities. Don't pull for him. He's just a premium unit. He's very light. But the important thing to cover for today is my boy Ghoul Haise finally making his way to Rebirth after so long. As a rampaging mentor, he is a pretty good unit. However, he is a jack of all trades and a master of none, which we'll be covering today. His banner is a pretty good one in terms of Rebirth banners, because there's a guaranteed SSR at step 3, festival character guaranteed at step 5, which can be him, it can be any other festival character aside from Shorts, it can be Koma or Kaya, and it can be Festival Amon, so that's solid. And at step 7, you get 1 guaranteed copy of Haise, no matter what. Now, previous Fest banners over here on Global have had 50% chance at the final step, so this is a step in the right direction. Thank you, Global. So the steps are generally worth it if you want to go for the featured character. And while his art is among the best in the game, let's see what he is all about. Besides his unique ability, which allows him to inflict more damage against ghouls, he possesses a lot of different counter-type abilities, making him a great all-arounder character who can get the upper hand against lots of different types. In addition, he can increase his own attack considerably to inflict great damage to one enemy, and the damage inflicted becomes even greater at a higher mastery level. So, here covers most of the things that I personally don't like about him. All-arounder character, unique ability being a damage increase just straight up, and the fact he has a self buff. So in terms of his kit itself, he has 8,600 HP, 980 attack, 560 defense, 10 AP, and 5 durability, with a unique ability of 1.8 times Ghoul Killer, which does increase his damage quite a bit against the Ghoul raid bosses. However, it's irrelevant half the time depending on what side of the war you're on, which is pretty shitty when you're trying to fight bosses. And it costs 6 dupes in total. And that's a lot. That's a heavy investment to try and put into a festival character, especially when he's not guaranteed until the 7th step. So instead you put stimulants. But stimulants aren't worth it, because this is a pretty meh ability. In general, his kit, other than that, is pretty, it's very all around. With a strength killer of 1.5, intellect? I didn't know blue is supposed to be intellect. Interesting. 1.5 times killer to intellect, and 1.5 times killer to speed, and a 35% increase to his crit rate. All in all, he really is that embodiment of what a jack of all trades is meant to be. He has a killer for every single type of neutral unit. And he has good damage against light units, which is the one that he'd be weak to. So he doesn't really have a clear weakness because he's always good against the person he's fighting, or they're both dark and they're neutral to each other. But if they're a ghoul, they're still taking more damage. So he has a lot of versatility in terms of that. And also the 35% crit rate here is pretty good because that doubles the amount of skill charge you get whenever you hit the enemy if you get a crit. And 35% skill or crit rate chance also works before you break them, which is very, very helpful. And at 100%, his skill is 2 times attack for 3 turns, restore your durability by 4, and deals attack times 1.6 to one enemy 10 times. So this is all he is. He is a pure DPS that restores his own durability, not too helpful, especially because he only has 5 in total. Typically, if you need to restore 4 durability, you're usually broken by that point. So he just does damage to all different types, and I do think that he has a decent place inside the S rank team because he has so much versatility to him. But the issue in S rank is you need to have the exact typing to be able to do durability damage, and because he does extra damage to every single unit, he would only do the durability damage to light units, and that's not too helpful. So it's really, I personally pulled for his art and maxed him out over on JP strictly for his art and ability. But in general, he will not make a big splash over here on global. And in fact, unless you're trying to go for his art explicitly, I would say he is a hard skip as a feature, especially when he will be a filler in almost every single banner going beyond this 9 weeks of the fucking. So that is my thoughts on everything right there. Honestly, I do really love him. You know me. I've always been a Haise fan. I will never stop being a Haise fan. This dude is fucking beautiful. And also, he has one of the coolest reactions in the entire game. But, you know, that's just me. You're so quiet. Crank up. You don't want to know about me. You don't want to know about me. God, it's so cool. Haise is good stuff. But naturally, while Haise is here, he won't be a filler inside future banners after this. However, we will be getting some other units coming up after this, which will be very exciting. Not inside that tab, apparently, though. Is it here? Here it is. So after Ghoul Haise, we are getting the Awakening Shirazu, which is one of the best red units currently over on JP. While his damage isn't the highest in the world, he doesn't need any dupes because he is an Awakening unit. He has amazing overkill potential, and he has one of the first break bonuses, relevant break bonuses, in the game over here on Global. I would personally suggest, if you are going to be rolling on the game, this is the guy to do it on. His 10-10 skill is his break bonus, so you don't even need to get him to maxed out at 100%. It's very easy, very solid unit, and I would personally say if you are saving right now, Shirazu would be the one to go for if you need a red unit, or waiting for the next set of units including Takizawa, Urie, Hairu, and Hinami, which is within 9 weeks. So people were asking quite a bit, do you know when Takizawa is coming? Or do you know when blank is coming? The way that the order goes here, you would assume that Takizawa would be next after the 26th, which in that casing, it would be the last week of February, which isn't a horrible thing. It would be the Tuesday as of the next war afterwards starting, which would make sense. But I believe that in total, we've gotten 4 units here. We have 4 units announced here, so likely we'll get these 4 next. I'd assume that we'll probably get Hinami, then Hairu, then Urie, then Takizawa, because I want to delay him as much as possible because that's sweet cash money. But it really depends. Now, out of the units they've revealed, they've said 9 consecutive weeks of banners. Now, we've had 4 revealed here in the Shorts Kaneki, in the Haise, in the Shirazu, and the Ryakira. And we've had 4 announced for the Owl, Urie, Hairu, and Hinami. In terms of 9 weeks, we're missing one. Now, I don't know what that one is going to be. But it says 9 consecutive weeks to celebrate the Rebirth 2 million download celebration. And these are all festival banners. What do you think the 9th week could be? I wonder what kind of Black Reaper they could drop. But we'll see, obviously. That's just my assumption because it makes a lot of sense. And 9 weeks with 8 characters, you're probably building towards something. That's going to be the half-year anniversary for Global, so I do respect it. I do like how they're planning it. Takizawa will probably be right before Black Reaper. In that casing, it's going to suck trying to decide between the two. In terms of versatility, Black Reaper has more potential. In terms of pure DPS, Takizawa has more potential. So it really depends on what you're trying to do and how you're trying to survive and what you're trying to shoot for. But should be a good time. Black Reaper is also blue. Takizawa is dark, so that could also influence it. All in all, I think that Global is going to be in an amazing state from here on out. I did lose the current war that was on, unfortunately, but that is perfectly fine, because I wasn't really trying to shoot too hard in this account. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm definitely going to try to kind of cover things, and let's go fight this Yomo a wee bit. I'm kind of keen on that. I guess what we'll do is let's use Jacket Kaneki and Owl alongside Festival Toka. And then behind them, we'll put... See, I want to have... We're fighting green, so I wouldn't mind Toka behind Jacket Kaneki, Half-Kuja Kaneki behind Owl, and we'll put Juzo behind the other Toka just for posterity. And we'll go into this to do that good time. Because it probably will be one of the last times I actually get to play with Owl for a long period of time. Because unfortunately the swap is happening before the next war. But I honestly don't know what to do with this account at this point. Like, I don't know if I should just give it away. Because Owl is a pretty rare unit and will be pretty viable with the Eto when she drops. But in that casing, there is quite a bit of exhausted resources on this account. I don't want to just toss it onto someone and be like, hey, you grind it. Because that's not okay. So I guess we'll see how things end up going. I might try to put some extra effort in this account to get some more Haka, maybe up to 300, just done. Granted, that casing wouldn't really work for people that are on iOS. It's hard to plan. This shit is, man, being a YouTuber, so hard, right? But it's just weird things that I'm trying to get used to, you know? I do want to try to get more interactive in terms of things. I kind of took a step back from community stuff in terms of like YouTube. Just to kind of take some time to myself. I found myself getting very caught up in the ideas of numbers and what I needed to attain next, which was a really bad mindset for me. So it's good that I've kind of moved out of that and I've kind of come more into my own again. That isn't a skill charge on Toka. That's what I was trying to shoot for. Shit. Well, Owl's gonna get this attack, I suppose. I can't guarantee a break here. I need 15 hits, and that is not viable. At least we get to see the skill animations of the other people around him. At least we get to see the other Gourmet and the Uta unit, because I don't think I've ever seen their skills. So we have the Yomo, obviously Plague Doctor, having a good time. He's attacking up his companions apparently, despite that not being part of his actual kit. And they have no skills? I am actually very curious now. I know what I want to do here. Instead of actually... My cat's clawing at the door to get in. God damn it. Alright, little dude. We're going to play some Tokyo Ghoul Reinvoke, alright? I need to kill this... Oh, what? Jeez, man. Alright. We're gonna just keep on going with this. Crush that stuff and destroy the enemy. I really want to see the skill of the other teammates, to be honest. I might just try and end off and see if I can get them to use it. That hurts. I like that. That's cool. That looks kind of... It's a Tsukiyama. Don't know what I expected, but that works. And I suppose we'll just try to build up our skill. With 5 hits, we actually get the break, so... You're probably kind of doomed. Bye. Because that's the bleed, paralysis, damage, full AP, and that actually didn't do all that much. So much for that. Shit. I didn't realize that they had bosses that were blue and red as well inside this, though. Might make it a bit harder to grind in terms of, like, more type coverage being needed, but granted... Man, you know what character would be really good for beating this quest? Ghoul Haise. I guess he has a role now. But you know, just in general, I feel as if dark units inside this game are usually the most overwhelming, and so they're neutral to all these characters and can usually just one-shot all of them with one skill. Hafukuchi Kaneki usually does a pretty good job of it, but, you know, typings are good when you need to grind that sweet raid time. And there we go. Yeah, likely I'm going to try to put some more time into global on my phone during both this off-season and during next war to be able to get quite a bit done. I really want to have at least 300 stones when Takizawa drops, because I can guarantee to you that he is going to be very, very fun to use, and I'm looking forward to doing it. For right now, though, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tokyo Ghoul Rebirth. We'll be coming back sometime soon to do some steps on one of the banners. If Takizawa is the one after Ryakira, that'd be nice, but I'm considering also pulling for Black Reaper after, so we'll see. Either way, I will be seeing you sometime soon over here to give you an update as to what the plans are for the account. And thank you for watching. Take it easy, and I will see you guys next time.